Hello dear students, welcome to the English session. In our previous session, we have already discussed what is a letter to the editor, and we have also seen the format of such letters. In today's session, we are going to do a quick recap and we'll take a look at some of the practice questions. Just take a look at the picture behind me. What a filthy, unorganized, dirty park it is. Would you like to take a walk in this park? I am sure no one would. But what can we do in such a situation? We can write a letter to the editor so that the authorities, they wake up and come into action. So what is a letter to the editor? A letter to the editor is a formal letter that expresses one's concern over particular issues or to highlight core issues in society. These letters are usually written to the editors of newspapers or magazines. Now, let us take a look at the structure of a letter to the editor. The letter begins with the sender's address to the top left. Then comes the date when we are writing this letter. After that, the recipient's address, that is the newspaper editor's address. Then comes the subject line about what we are writing. For example, need for cleaner parks. Then the salutation like sir, madam, and then comes the main body of the letter. It is further divided into three different sections. The first section, introduction. Here we mention the issue briefly. What are we going to talk about? Then the main content. We state our opinion with examples, and then the conclusion. We are going to suggest some solutions to the situation, and then the closing lines such as yours sincerely or yours truly, followed by your name. Now, what is the need to write a letter to the editor? We can write a letter to the editor as it allows us to share our opinion with a larger audience, to raise awareness about important issues, to suggest solutions or a call for action, and to engage in community conversations. Now, let us take a look at a real-life impact of a letter to the editor. There was a student whose school was at such a place where there was no traffic security, no traffic safety. He wrote a letter to the editor, and what happened? Road bumps were installed and zebra crossings were there. So this is the real life impact of writing a letter to the editor. Now there are certain tips for writing a letter that is effective. First, be concise. Just keep it brief and focus. Then stay respectful. Be very polite even if you are critical. You should use evidence. Add some facts or examples to support your points. Then propose some solutions also. Suggest what can be done to resolve the issue. Now let us practice some questions. So our first question, imagine that you are Sneha or Sachin. You are a resident of Blossom Street, Hyderabad. You are deeply concerned about the poor condition of the local playground, which has fallen into neglect. Write a letter to the editor of a newspaper to draw attention to this issue, requesting the authorities to take immediate action to restore and maintain the playground for the benefit of the community. So as you can see, I have been highlighting certain points, certain phrases. These will help us frame our letter. So what should be our answer? Let us take a look at it. We'll begin writing the letter with the sender's address that is mentioned in the question. Then comes the date, and after that the recipient's address. The subject of this letter would be request to restore the local playground. After the salutation, we'll begin the letter with the introduction. I would like to draw attention to the neglected state of the playground in our locality. Broken swings, unkempt grass and litter have made it unsuitable for children and families. The playground is vital for promoting outdoor activities and healthy lifestyles among residents. Regular maintenance, installation of new equipment, and better waste management can restore it to its former glory. I hope this issue is highlighted in your newspaper to urge the concerned authorities to take immediate action. We'll close the letter and write the name that is there in our question. Let us take a look at our second question. Write a letter to the editor of your local newspaper highlighting the problem of increasing air pollution in your city. Suggest some possible solutions to address this issue. Again, a very important issue. Let us see how we are going to write a letter to the editor in this regard. The format will be the same. Let us take a look at the subject. The subject should be concern over increasing air pollution in the city. We'll start the letter with the introduction. I am writing to express my deep concern over the rising levels of air pollution in our city. The smoggy mornings, declining air quality index, and increased respiratory issues among residents are alarming. The primary causes of this problem are vehicle emissions, industrial pollutants, and open burning of waste. Immediate steps like promoting carpooling, introducing stricter emission norms, and increasing green cover in urban areas are necessary. Additionally, awareness campaigns can encourage citizens to adopt eco-friendly practices. I urge the authorities to take prompt action to address this critical issue. A cleaner and healthier environment is our collective responsibility. And we are going to end this letter. Let us move on to our third question. You are Ananya or Amar. Write a letter to the editor of the Indian Express, Chennai, addressing the issue of waste mismanagement during a recent cultural event in your city. So the subject of this letter would be waste mismanagement during a recent cultural event. Now let us take a look at its answer. We'll begin the letter with the sender's address, the date. The recipient's address here would be the one that was mentioned in the question. Then the subject, addressing waste mismanagement during cultural events. The letter would start with an introduction. I am writing to express my disappointment over the poor waste management during the recent cultural event held at Marina grounds. The venue was left littered with plastic bottles, food wrappers, and other garbage, creating an unhygienic and unpleasant environment. Such negligence not only damages the reputation of the organizers but also harms the environment. Event organizers must implement strict waste segregation practices, install more dustbins, and hire professional cleaning services. Promoting reusable items and penalizing littering can also ensure cleanliness. I hope this issue is addressed to make future events more eco-friendly and enjoyable. And we'll end the letter with the name that was mentioned in our question. Let us take a look at our question number 4. You are Kavita or Kunal, a concerned resident of Mumbai. How would you write a letter to the editor of a national newspaper urging citizens to reduce the use of plastics and embrace eco-friendly alternatives? Let us take a look at the answer. Students, we are going to begin the letter with the sender's address, then comes the date, and after that the recipient's address. The subject of this letter will be urging citizens to reduce plastic usage. After the salutation, we'll start with the introduction. I am writing to emphasize the need to reduce plastic usage and adopt eco-friendly alternatives. Plastic pollution has become a global crisis, choking our oceans and harming wildlife. So, what should be the solution? For that, let us check the next paragraph. Citizens must switch to cloth or jute bags, reusable containers and biodegradable products. Governments should promote plastic recycling and impose stricter bans on single-use plastics. Awareness drives in schools, colleges, and communities can also encourage sustainable practices. By taking small steps, we can collectively combat this menace and protect our environment for future generations. And we'll end the letter with the name that is mentioned in the question. Students, now that we have discussed a number of practice questions, let us take a look at some of the frequent topics that are asked. Highlighting the importance of proper garbage disposal. We have already more or less discussed this topic. Raising awareness about the rising incidents of cyber crimes. Complaint regarding frequent breakdown of electricity. Concern about the increasing number of road mishaps in your city. Highlighting the issue of open manholes. You can keep a note of all these topics. They are really important and frequently asked. Now let us take a look at some of the opening lines. These are going to help you when you are framing your letters to the editors. We have already used them in our letters that we have just discussed. Let us take a look at some of the closing lines. These are again very useful. You can keep a note of all these and use them in your letter to editor. Now we come to the end of today's session and I am going to leave you with a task. As you know, when we read something, we learn from it. So the first task would be that you should grab some newspaper dailies of your region and read the letters to the editor printed in those newspapers. After that, you should practice writing some letters. The suggested topics are water conservation, road safety, pollution. That would help you polish your skills. Till we meet next time, take care.